أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد أما بعد Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I welcome you all to another class of Tajweed, and inshallah on this week we are going to discuss on the verse number 16 of Suratul Ghāshiyah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وزرابي مبثوثة. MashaAllah, after we've had the recitation of this verse, I will now identify the Tajweed rules governing this particular ayah. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. وزرابي مبثوثة وزرابي مبثوثة. The first rule that we can identify here is on the letter Ra, which is attached with the letter of elongation, and the type of elongation we have here is what is known as al-mad al-asli. Al-mad al-asli, and we should not forget that whenever letter Ra is having fatha, the sound is always heavy. That is why I said Ra, Ra, wazara, wazara. I didn't say wazara. Do you understand? So the sound of the letter is going to be heavy because it's one of its attributes. So the first rule we can identify here is al-mad al-asli, that is the basic elongation, which has a duration of only 1 second. So you are going to say wazara. Do you understand? وزرابي مبثوثة مبثوثة. So the letter ba in this case is having al-qalqala, that is the effect. So I say al-mabthutha, I didn't say mabthutha. Do you understand? I said mabthutha. And this type of qalqala is the one that is known as sughra, al-qalqalatu sughra, which always occur when the letter is having a sakin. So a letter of a qalqala, whenever it's possessed sakin, originally is not occurring. That is, it's not temporary. It's a permanent sakin. So the type of al-qalqala there is what is known as sughra. Al-qalqalatu sughra. Do you understand? So we've discussed about al-qalqala in our previous classes. So you can go through to understand more about al-qalqala. Do you understand? So I said وَزَرَابِيُّ مَبْثُوثَةٌ. Letter tha has been elongated here, which is the same thing as we've identified earlier, al-mad al-asli. So it has a duration of only 1 second. And in the course of pronunciation, you know that letter tha is emanating from the edge of the tongue, that is the tip of the tongue, when you now couple it with the edges of the upper teeth, the incisors. So you are going to bring out your tongue and put it under the edges of your upper teeth. Then you are now going to pronounce it as mabethutha. So, do you understand? Mabethutha. You understand? So that is letter tha. Then in the ending part, where we have letter ta, and as we know, we have the two ta'un. We have the ta'un marbuta, and then we have ta'un maftuha. Which of it is marbuta? Which of it is maftuha? And what are the rules governing to these two letters in terms of that is their pronunciation? How are we going to pronounce them? When you come across them, in case of if you want to pause on either of these letters, the ta'u marbuta is one that we are seeing here right now, which ends with the word mabethutha. And if you can observe, we've not heard the sound of the ta. So it's one of the mistakes that most of us we do before we had the knowledge of tajweed. So we do say wazarabiyu mabithuthat, which is a very big mistake. So for ta'u marbuta, whenever you come across it and you want to stop on it, it's going to change. That is, you are going to convert it to letter ha. Letter ha. Do you understand? If you convert it to letter ha, then the vowel, the short vowel above it, will now be converted to sakin. So it's going to read, this word will now be read as min fatema ba'un skun tha dumathu wa umad, then tha fatesa ha skun. So that is how we are going to read this word in this way. So the sound of the ta won't be pronounced. Do you understand? Unless if you are connecting the two sentences, then the sound of it will now be active. But as long as you are pausing or you are stopping on it, then it will be converted to letter ha. Then the short vowel, which is in this case is the tanween dhamma, is now going to be converted to sakin. So you are going to read it as wazarabiyu mabethutha, not wazarabiyu mabethuthat. It's very wrong. Do you understand? Then the other letter, which is known as the other ta, which is known as ta'un maftuha, that is the open ta. That one is always open. So whenever you come across it, you are going to hear the sound, the T sound. Do you understand? Which is, for example, if you check in the next verse, أَفَلَا يَنْظُرُونَ إِلَى الْإِبِلِ كَيْفَ خُلِقَتْ. You can see, as you can hear, I made the sound of the last ta. So this is ta'un maftuha, and the other one is ta'un marbuta. In case of ta'un marbuta, the sound, the T sound won't be heard because it has been converted to letter ha, then it carries sakin. But for more understanding on this ta'un, the ta'un marbuta, let's check in Suratul Insan verse 29, so which is read as Inna hadhihi tadhkira faman sha'a attakhadha ila rabbihi sabila. Our topic of discussion is on the letter the ta'u marbuta, how is going to be pronounced when you are stopping, and if you want to continue, so how is it going to be? So in this verse 29 of Suratul Insan, so let's assume you don't want to stop, that is, you want to stop on this pause sign as I just did, that is inna hadhihi tadhkira. So as long as you are stopping there, the ta marbuta is going to be converted to ha, as I said. So the ha on will now carry sakin. So that is why I say tadhkira, because it's not ta maftuha. If it is ta maftuha, you could have heard the sound of T. Do you understand? So now let's assume now I don't want to stop there. So we are going to abandon that rule of converting ta marbuta into ha. So now it will now be active. You are now going to hear the sound of the ta'un, that is the T sound, with the dhammatain, as you can see here, which is the tanween. And in this case, what letter is coming behind it? The letter that is coming behind the tanween, you know the rule. This is going to be your ikhfa. You understand? So you are going to apply the rule. But as long as you are stopping on this particular ta, so the rule will now change back to converting the ta marbuta into ha. But let's assume now I don't want to stop there. It's now going to be read as إن هذه تذكرة فمن شاء اتخذ إلى ربه سبيلا. Okay, so we've understood the differences. So that is why it is very important to have both to have the knowledge of tajweed and apply the rules whenever you come across them. So one will be active and the other will be deactivated. Do you understand? So as you can see, the rule that is saying ta marbuta to be converted into ha, then with a sakin, so it has now been deactivated as long as I'm connecting those sentences. But if I'm to pause or to stop on it, so it will now be active. And as I continue, the rule that has been activated is that of ikhfa, which is governing tanween. Do you understand? Okay, with this, inshallah, we've come to the end of today's class. And inshallah, when next we meet, we are going to discuss on another surah. May Allah forgive us our sins and grant us Jannah for us. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.